So hey everyone, this is today's event, right? My name is Sonia, and maybe I'm gonna tell you a few words about myself because I'm gonna tell you more about my experience and how I got into fintech. So probably when you see that I graduated with like accounting and finance degree, then you say, okay, totally makes sense, she's got a fintech business. Well, that wasn't the case. But yeah, I have an accounting and finance degree, graduated in London, and then I started to study to be a chartered accountant. And as you can see, I started to attend like professional level of this qualification, but I haven't really finished it. I quit my job last year. I came back to Poland, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to do that. So I started to think, okay, what is it that I actually enjoy in life the most? So I was thinking, okay, I like traveling, I like, meeting friends and all this kind of stuff. And so I thought, okay, let me find a job that I actually like, right? So if it was more like in a finance direction, I've chosen mergers and acquisition. That's traveling, that's meeting people, right? And in the meantime, I had lots of time because the recruitment process takes forever, So I had lots of time to meet people and to meet friends. And I came up with an idea to create a social media application. And I told about this social media application to my brother. And he said, this is an amazing idea, but you know what? We have to implement a payment system in there. And there we go. We are back to fintech. And this is how we came up with an idea of fiat-based token project. This is based on blockchain. So luckily we had a nice introduction, very detailed about like blockchain technology before. So to understand what is fiat-based token and a solution for smart contract platforms, I probably have to explain you key terms, which is blockchain, which is smart contracts, cryptocurrency, and probably also fiat currencies. We haven't really touched on that. So blockchain was explained before, so I'm just going to tell you about that a bit. Blockchain is a distributed ledger technology. So basically on all nodes, on each node, there is the same information stored, right? So how is it created? Once the transactions are being sent, they create blocks. So the transactions are being hashed, and then they create blocks. So next block will contain a hash of the previous block. And this is why this is very difficult to hack. This is very difficult to destroy this sort of system because you would really have to change this state on each node, so on each computer that stores the data about the blockchain. Also, what blockchain gives you is that you can see all transactions. It's very transparent. And then another term that I should explain to you is smart contracts. So smart contracts are these like computer programs that automatically enforce the agreement. So this works on blockchain only, and it's being introduced with Ethereum blockchain. Currently, there are more and more platforms where you can actually, see smart contracts. And then another term is cryptocurrencies. So cryptocurrencies are basically digital currencies or virtual currencies that you use to transact on the blockchain. And the key ones, I just showed you the first 5 ones, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin. And the thing about those cryptocurrencies is that their value is really volatile. And this is what we were talking about before. So as you can see, I prepared a little chart for you. It's just from like last half year. And you can see that like at the beginning of April, the value of Ethereum was $43. And then in 2 months, the value is $400. Yes, that's good for trading, day trading. And then you can see that the value drops, and the value every day is the same. So the value every day is completely different. So day trading, if it comes to cryptocurrencies, is amazing if you know how to do that. So now let me tell you again about our project is fiat-based token. So the idea is to create a token that will enable you to transact on the smart contract platforms, but with a stable value. So there are lots of projects that could potentially, exist on the blockchain, but they don't exist because the value of cryptocurrencies is just so volatile. So our proposition is to have 1-to-1 ratio. So $1 will be worth exactly $1, right? So if you give us $10, we're gonna give you 10 $1 tokens. So what those tokens can be used for? Those tokens can be used for smart contracts, for decentralized exchanges, for peer-to-peer transfers. This one could be, for now on, slightly more expensive because of the fees, but as we progress with the blockchain development, that should work perfectly because you know that you're sending $100 and the person will receive $100. If you want to send the same thing with Bitcoin, the value of the Bitcoin in different countries is different. So sometimes there are even like 10, 20, 30% of differences between countries, like for example, between US and Venezuela. And another one is to store, and another application for our fiat-based token is to store value on the blockchain. So if you want to sell your Bitcoin, because you think that maybe the value will, so in day trading, right? And you think that the value of the cryptocurrency will drop, right? And you want to sell your cryptocurrency, but you don't want to keep your money on the exchange because that's dangerous. You don't want to send it back to your bank account because that costs and it takes time, right? You may want to store it as a fiat-based token. So we're gonna have also another product, and this is gonna be a payment institution, and this is gonna be a money transfer application on the phone, not the card one, and it will enable you to immediate IBAN to IBAN transfers, and also you will be able to exchange money from your bank account directly to the tokens on the blockchain. So that will be a very, very easy transfer of those tokens from real money. And then we're gonna also have open API, which will enable other applications and other companies to use our solution. So it's not that we only want to use this solution and you have to download our application and only can use it that way. You can also, other companies can also implement it. So we think this is that will enable for like broad application of this solution. And then, okay, but do we have any competition at all? Well, we do. Tether, it's exactly the same solution, 1-to-1, $1 on the blockchain, $1 in a bank account. Theoretically, they are not licensed at all. So it even says in their terms and conditions that they are not really required to exchange those tokens for the real money when you want to redeem them. This is what it says in terms and conditions. And also Tether is on the Bitcoin blockchain. So there is just no way at the moment to settle smart contracts with stable currency, with basically fiat-based token, right? As far as I know, maybe last week they issued an announcement that they will issue those tokens, those dollar tokens, on Ethereum blockchain. Therefore, there will be a possibility to settle smart contracts with Tether. However, as I said, the difference is that they are not licensed at all, and you're not sure whether you're going to receive the money back. Also, they have not published any public audit reports, so you're not sure whether this money is there. Probably it's there, but you don't know. Our solution is that we're going to be a licensed electronic money institution. So it will mean that this $1 token or €1 token on the blockchain will be actually money, because we will be totally regulated. We will have to comply with all KYC, AML, like all the regulations. So you can be pretty sure that this is the money that you actually own. Okay, work, 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 and then work-life balance. So is there any time for a party and all that? Well, yes, there is. We are also organizing Wicked Crypto Meetup, which is a series of meetups with experts from the global blockchain scene. Maybe you've heard of it because it became quite popular recently, I think. There are guys from Daubit, they were writing really cool articles about it. So our first meetup was about Bitcoin. That was our first topic. And we did like really deep dive into like Bitcoin, what is it? We had two amazing guests. Those guys are real experts. Giacomo, he knows like literally everything about Bitcoin. I hope he's watching us. And then Jonathan, he is a president in a Bitwage company, which does like Bitcoin payroll. They're based in Palo Alto, I think, in Silicon Valley. And he's also a contributor to Forbes. So I think he's the only person who actually writes about Bitcoin and blockchain to like global edition of Forbes. So you can meet really cool people on our meetups. And also we pay like lots of attention to networking part later on so that you can actually meet those people and get like real connections. And as far as I know, some people who attended our first meetup are doing some businesses now. So this is like really satisfying that Polish community has this opportunity to, you know, meet experts from the global blockchain scene and actually do some business with them. And then we had another meetup, which was just last Monday. It was with the president of NEM Foundation. NEM is just, I think, the 7th or 8th biggest cryptocurrency with like market capitalization of, I think, $2.5 billion. And we had a discussion panel with president of NEM and ex-COO of HSBC Private Bank. And we were discussing about like current state of the blockchain technology and the future, and if, you know, what they think about financial inclusion and how do they see blockchain implementation in banks. This is it about our two meetups. I hope that there is the third one coming up. I'm planning it right now. Also, you can read about us in Crypto News, in BitHub, and in Daubit. And what's next? Well, the next one, as I said, we are planning the next meetup in Poland, Warsaw. It's always in Warsaw, different places. And the next one, we will also launch Wicked Crypto Meetup in Paris. Yes, this is so cool. So probably we'll launch it also in other cities later on, but for now on Paris. And hopefully we're gonna be able to create like networking links in the blockchain space between participants of Wicked Crypto Meetup in different cities. So that would be pretty cool if you could, you know, like network with people around the world. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, my contact information. If you have any ideas, if you want to ask me any questions, literally anything. Facebook, if you want to ask anything, just, you know, text me on Facebook because that's the easiest one. And then check out our website. That's going to change quite soon. And join our meetup, meetup.com. Also our website on Facebook, because there's lots of stuff going on. We post all articles about us, you know, lots of stuff going on there, lots of information. And YouTube channel. And that's it. Thanks.